Hello and welcome back to this tutorial series. It's Introduction to Photoshop, and I said I was going to talk about blend modes, how they make Photoshop really cool. There are blend modes in a lot of other creative suits, like I say maybe the chorus suit and the likes, but Photoshop really depends on it a lot. If you're going to get really good in Photoshop, then you want to know how to use blend modes and really understand them. So I'm not just going to be showing you how to use blend modes, but I'm going to explain what they really are. I'm going to try to help you get an understanding of how it works. Okay, so today we'll be creating maybe more than one document. So we'll start with this first one, and I want to make a landscape. Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do with this document is import a picture, hopefully something landscape, and I want to link it. So I got these images. I got a few images from Splash using this with Splash app and all that. So you can do that too, and I put in this folder here. So I'm just going to bring in some of these images here. Let's look for some nice. Okay. Oh, okay. Power is back. I live in Nigeria. Power goes and comes back. So thank God for that. Power is back. So let's just pick something and not waste the entire time of this tutorial trying to sort through what picture I want or not. So that I'm gonna try to fill this entire thing, and I said I was gonna show you what I did to this picture in the last tutorial to make it kind of widen. So yeah, now the picture is there, and you still have this transform thing still on it. So you come here to where my mouse is. This is the link. You want to click that, and then you can bring your mouse to this H here for height, or this W for width. You just grab one of that, and you want to slide forward, slide backward, slide forward, slide backward, just like that. So I'm just gonna slide it just till it fills there, till it fills the whole thing, and then I'm gonna say finish. I told you about finish before. Okay, now we need to create a new layer on top of this. So I'm gonna bring in a new layer. We talked about how to create layers, so yeah, sorry about that. This gives us a new layer there. I want to fill this new layer with say red. And today I'm going to show us a different way to fill layers with colors or hues, however you choose to think about that. I've shown you how to do the alt backspace, alternate backspace thing, and why and how my alternate backspace doesn't work right now. I don't know why. And the way it says, you come here to this gradient tool, just hold that down, click and hold for like a second, you get other options. So we want to use this other one, this middle one, the paint bucket. So we grab that, and what the paint bucket does is it fills the layer or your selection. Let's not talk about selection because I've not mentioned it before. I don't want that confusing when it's a selection. So for now, let's just talk about the layer. So it fills the layer with whatever color is in the foreground, and I want to change it to something something fashion. Is pink fashion? I don't know. I think. Okay. So that, make sure the layer is selected right there, highlighted, and you have your pink in the foreground color. You can see set foreground color. Now all you have to do is just click, and there you go. Voila. Like I told you before, unless you're blending the modes or you're doing some sort of transparency or something, if you don't do any of that, once you fill a layer up completely, it covers the layer below it. So what we want to do now is set a transform mode or a transparency mode for this layer one, By the way, let's just rename that and call this what color is this? Is it pink? I don't think this is pink, but I'm just gonna say pink, sorry. And then we drop down here. I want to go to overlay and then see what that does. It just kind of pinkish the whole thing off us. And that's one of the things you can do with transparency mode. Let's try soft light, and that just gives pink element. So just play around this a lot. When I started design school, after my first day of design school, I came back home and I was playing around with blend modes. I wanted to know what it was all about, and in doing that I understood a few of the things. So I think I like this. I like what this is doing, giving me the retro look and all that. So I like that. Now I said I was gonna I did mention a few ways of creating layers and some tools that create layers by themselves. I'm about to show you another tool that creates layer by itself again, where you don't have to do anything about it. So yeah, this is my text tool. There are more options in this text tool. If I hold that down for like a second, I get other options. Sorry, I don't know what that is doing. So I can do vertical text, horizontal text, but for now I'm just going to choose the horizontal text, and I'm going to fly out my text window here. I want to choose a font I like, so I'm going to drop down here. That gives me font selector. I'm going to choose this Interceptor thing. Man, I haven't used Photoshop in a long time. I can't believe Interceptor is what I have there. I'm going to take the font up to 72, and let's just type. Alright. Okay, now here at the color, you want to change that, else whatever color you have, that's where you kind of like type with. So now once I click, now I want you to observe what happens at our layer panel or layer window. See, I have that layer 1 there. So I'm just going to say retro. I want to write retro fashion, but for now let's just put that as retro. And look at this VA. I think it's like the Kearney or something. I want to reduce that to 0, so that's closer, and maybe even negative 50 somewhere there. No, too much. Negative 10. Okay, to open. Negative 25. Yeah, somewhere there. So I want to write retro fashion. So now we have retro, a layer of its own. Now I want to write fashion, and see what happens when I write. Sorry, I'm messing that up. Okay, let's just try fashion this way, and then we change the text layer. So I'm gonna say fashion, just like that, and bring it to the middle here, and I want to change the font on that. Okay, I like this, looks fashion, but probably I'm going to return this to 0, or maybe even to 200, where I was coming from. Okay, there. I'm just going to bring this down. By the way, you can increase the text size. It's not stuck on 72, because when we drop down, you see the highest is 72. To do that, all you have to do is bring your mouse under this T here, this big T, and just drag to the right for increasing text, or drag to the left. Mind you, you must have noticed I'm just affecting the retro. That's because I'm on the retro layer. I told you Photoshop is all about the layer. You can do anything concerning that layer except you have that layer selected. So now I'm going to select the fashion and try to increase it a little bit, maybe there. I think I want the fashion to kind of match the retro weight, so I'm going to increase that just a little more, see what we get. Okay, there. And I think I want to write something else, maybe just www, and I'm gonna stop that a little, reduce that font, and then I continue it. Now I'm gonna press T, which is the shortcut to get your text to. Let's just say www.retrofashion.com. Sorry, it's dark where I'm recording right now, so I can see my keyboard right. I shouldn't tell you that, but you know, I can tell you if I want. And see, I can increase this to most things in Photoshop. You can just grab the icon, and once you have this arrow thing coming up, this pointer with the arrow thing, to the left, that kind of reduces the canning. To the right, that increases the space between. Is it canning? That thing is called something. Okay, so there, I'm gonna select this and these 3 layers. I already taught us how to do that, and just kind of bring it down to the middle, and we've created beautiful artwork. Like, seriously, $1 million artwork right there. Maybe not $1 million, but you know what I mean. And I want to show you 1, 2, this line 2. It's another of the there. So I said we're gonna create a few. So again, let's go new, and this time around let's just pick the portrait. Okay, so let's bring in another picture, whatever. But first I want us to give this background layer some color. So you can do that, you know, you can. But I want it to be gradient, because I want you to see a different look of a different feel. So we're gonna hold this down, go back to our gradient to enter here. I'm just gonna select one of my, you know what, I won't just select the gradient. Now I'm gonna create the gradient I want. So I'm gonna start with a template that is simple, this, and here I'm going to click on this stop. These are called color stops. This is for transparency, and this is for color. So I'm going to come down here and say, you know what, I'm just going to double click that and pop up the color here. Okay, good. And I like this shade of red a lot. This red that's not so red, just there, almost red. Come to the shade of blue. So something like an Apple Music stuff. Now I told you I was gonna show you how to create this, although I'm gonna come to this a lot in our tutorial just to reinforce the knowledge. Now I haven't created my beautiful gradient of maybe maroon or something going to blue. If I click new, see, I get that new gradient there now. I could have given it a name. I didn't give it a name, so I guess we have to live with that. It says custom. But if you change this name, you know what, let's just delete this for now. By the way, I did that by right clicking. I got this option by right clicking on that gradient. So if I give this a name and say red to blue, I'm not sure that's, and I say new. Now if I highlight it, see that says red to blue. So cool. So now I'm just gonna, this time around I'm gonna hold on to my shift key because I want it to be perfect. Now I cannot, without holding shift key I can go right and left, but holding on to my shift key I can only go 45 degree right, 90 degrees center, 45 degree left. So I just want to go up a little there and let it go. See there? Beautiful. And that is right there on the background layer. Now the next thing we want to do is place another linked file. So this time we look for something portrait. Hopefully I like this one. So I'm going to say place. Now I want to use another trick to this. Last time I showed you the trick of linking it here and then increasing it. Here's another trick. If you hold shift and alt on your keyboard and drag on any portion here, not there, sorry, and drag on this edge, you get the same effect as clicking the link here. Okay, so there's something fashion too. I'll probably want to bring it down here. Wow, the shoe is gone. Maybe this is not the best picture, but you know, I can do that for training purposes. And I'm just overlay something like that just to kind of create a bit of, this looks like a light sleek effect. If you even know any number of After Effect or something like sleek effect, but this is what I want to do, just kind of give it a different warmth. Okay, since I like a lot and I don't want you to think that's the only effect Photoshop has got, so I'm going to use something else. You know what? Lighting, yeah, there, some screen. Oh, you know, screen. I should be telling you what this transform modes and how long this video yet. We're not so long. Okay, good. This lighting kind of screen lets you see the background. I mean, let you see the layer below. Multiply, just kind of mix them in perfect proportion. Color bond darkens things, as you can see. Lighting just kind of brightens the top. And now I'm having a call, which I'm gonna pause this video and okay. Sorry about that. I'm back. I'm clicking this. I'm just showing us what all these transparency modes can really do. It's, if I want to begin to talk about each one after the other, it's gonna take like 2 hours of video or maybe more. So that's what I'm selecting everything to let you see how it kind of works together. Look at this add mix. I've used this a couple of times in my work, but it's really nice. So I'm redoing the opacity right there. Oof, sorry. By the way, yes, you cannot select outside the canvas. I mentioned that. I said something similar to that. I didn't mention it exactly, but I said something similar to that at the beginning. So here now I'm gonna write let's call this urban looks. So let's just write urban for now. Again, we select our Interceptor font. By the way, you can grab that font online, you know. I'm not gonna grab that for you. Okay, I like to do things like this sometimes, where my font kind of breaks out of the page just a little bit. So yeah, I like that sometimes. So now let's type our new word look. By the way, I typed look and the L just kind of falls off the page, and I think I'm just gonna let it be that way. Just a way to just like blow the mind of my observer, like, what exactly is it saying? Is it urban looks and stuff? I like to do arts like that sometimes, crazy stuff. Okay, since this is about transfer modes and type, I think it's about that already, so I'm gonna change. Okay, I'm just gonna say Alt 2018, something like that. Make that 18. Okay, yeah, we're done. We are so done with this part of our tutorial. The next one is, I want to show you a cool thing that can happen when you superimpose two images. And this video is getting really long. Wow. Okay. So quickly, I'm going to be really quick about this one. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to press enter to bring that in, and place link again. Let me press enter, place that in, and if I say add mix, add mix, pivot light. By the way, while you have this highlight here, you can use your arrow, your left arrow, to just kind of go through the transfer modes, and your right arrow to go forward, your left arrow to go back. There you go, just like so. Alright, our artwork is so done. I'm doing something I've not taught you right now, so please bear with me. And I'm just gonna come here and copy some of the things here. Now I'm doing things I haven't taught you now, so you know what? Well, that was simple anyway. I just simply selected the two layers, I pressed Ctrl C, I came here and I pressed Ctrl V, copy and paste. Yes, that too works in Photoshop. It's not just all about cool stuff, you know. I want to create a weirdness to our work. While selecting this background layer, look at that. I'm just going to drag this and see how our work changes. Well, it doesn't change. Wow, that's crazy. Thought it was going to change. Okay, so now that's changing our work a little bit, but not in the way I wanted to change it. Okay, yeah, there. I think I'm getting closer to something. Okay, so that's definitely isn't urban looks or fashion for that matter, but yeah, who cares right now? So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. This tutorial was just all about playing around with our transparency mode and see what you can get. So the sky's the limit, really, because there's so much you can do with this. There's so much little tricks you can do. I said I was going to mention or explain how they work, not just show you how they really work. Is that you transfer your background layer or whatever first layer you are kind of transferring the top layer upon should have some level of contour, as in you should have there should be colors should kind of match into each other. You should have more than one color that creates contour, that creates some level of high tones and low tones of colors, because that's what the transfer modes really leverage on. And that's why you see me using or creating this layer on top of this layer, because if I hide this layer now this cloth layer definitely has lots of colors, creating lots of contour, and then I can impose this pink layer on top of it and get really cool effect like that. Again, that was what I was going for here, trying to create some level of contour by creating this other layer too. this gradient layer that gives, you know, that level of contour. And lastly, I don't need this last one, but I just wanted to do that. I already have enough contour going on in this two layers, but you know, the addition of this one kind of creates a new look entirely, because that's what it is. Maybe in an advanced Photoshop tutorial, I mean in an advanced series that I've been promising since the beginning of this series, I would definitely mention what the effect of this contour is really, or maybe just talk more a little bit about it, because there's something I wish I had the time to talk about that I have not talked about as far as the transparency modes are concerned, which I don't think we have enough time, because this tutorial is getting too long as it is. But for now, I hope you've learned one or two things, and I want you to like this video if you really love it, and also subscribe to my channel. And alright, that's it for today. My name is Alexander. See you next time. Bye.